Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about recently denounced Government of India scheme that is regarding the Indian military. The scheme is called as Agnipath scheme. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss in details about what are the main features of the scheme, what are the objectives of launching such a schemes, and what are the major benefits or criticism regarding the same scheme. So first of all, the context in which we are discussing today's issues is because recently the Government of India have unveiled its new scheme that is called as Agnipath. The scheme is for recruitment of soldiers in a very different or new manner across all the three services of Indian military, that is Army, Air Force and Navy. The new defense recruitment reform has been also cleared by Cabinet Committee on the Security, which is the highest level body as far as the defense and security of India is concerned. The scheme will come into effect immediately, and the soldiers recruited under this particular scheme will be given a special term and they will be called as Agniveer. The recruitment of the soldiers will happen in all the three branches of army, as well as both male as well as female candidates. So let us try to understand briefly about the broad features of this scheme. So first of all, under this scheme, the Government of India is planning to recruit annually somewhere in the range of 45 to 50,000 soldiers. However, the important point of this scheme that makes it different from the normal recruitment procedure is that most of the soldiers that will be recruited will have to leave the services in just after completion of 4 years. Out of 100 soldiers that will be recruited under the scheme, only 25 of them will be allowed to continue for another 15 years of services under the permanent commission of the armed forces. So what basically you can understand from this particular schemes is that this scheme will allow youth of the country to come and serve in India's military for a certain period, small period of time of 4 years, and after that they can return back and can have some other kind of job in different sectors. Now, who are the people who can be eligible to get recruited under the scheme? So first of all, this recruitment is not for the officer ranks of Indian Army. This is only for non-officer rank recruitment. The age limit is also there. The youth who is coming under this scheme, recruited under the scheme, they have to in the age span of 70.5 to the in the minimum side and 21 years to the maximum side. That means a person who has joined army at 17.5 years, they will come out of the army after 21.5 years. However, the person who has joined in 21 years, they will have to leave the army, most of them anyway, in after completion of 25 years of services. The recruitment standards, however, will not be diluted. It will have the same recruitment standard as is done in the normal recruitment times, and the recruitment will be conducted twice a year. So as the objective is to recruit around 40 to 45,000 soldiers, so in each season we can say 20 to 25,000 soldiers will be recruited. So let us try to understand what are the pay and benefits Agniveers will be entitled to. So whatever salaries they are getting, 70% of that they will get in hand, while 30% of that will be contributed to the Seva Nidhi. So in the first year of the Agniveers, they will receive 30,000 in hands, a total salary in a month. Out of this, 21,000 will be given to them in hand, while 9,000 will be deposited in the Seva Nidhi fund. Similarly, as we can see in different years, all the 4 years we have increase in the salaries, and in the final year they will have total salary of 40,000, out of which 28,000 they will get in hand, while 12,000 will be deposited in the Seva Nidhi fund. After 4 years, when they are exiting the armed forces, they will have almost 11.71 lakh as a Seva Nidhi package. A total contribution to Seva Nidhi after 4 years will be around 10 lakh, and they will get around 11.71 lakh. So overall, that is the pay and benefit scheme that has been envisioned by the Government of India for the Agniveers. Now what will happen after the selection? So for 6 months after the selection, they will have to undergo very intensive training, and then next 3.5 years they will be deployed for various missions across different branches of army. Now if suppose any Agniveer has to lose his life in the process or in the duty, in that case they will have a payout of rupees 1 crore that will be given to their families. Recruitment will begin very fast, just within 90 days under the scheme. So what are the benefits of this particular scheme? So first of all, the major problem that many experts have highlighted regarding to the Indian Army is that the average age of Indian Army is very high. That means the average age is around 32 years. and most of the people in this age are either married or have certain responsibilities toward their family. So the first benefit of recruitment via Agnipath scheme will be that it will cause lowering of the average age in the Indian Armed Forces, and as per the statement given by the official of the Indian Army, within next 7 to 8 years it is expected that average age can be brought down from 32 years at present to 26 years. So, as Defence Minister Sri Rajnath Singh has stated that taking this initiative will help India in creating a future ready soldiers. Not only that, since the Agniveers that will be recruited under the scheme, they will be sent across different regiments, different branches of the army. So instead of current practice of having regiment that is largely based on the caste system, we'll have a kind of uniformity across various regiments, because the Agniveer will come from diverse background and the whole regiment will become very, very diverse in nature. And due to this, the casteism or the caste basis of regiment creation that has been going on since the British period will be eliminated eventually, and all the regiments of Indian Army will have a kind of heterogeneous composition and will represent the diversity of India. Not only that, the other important benefits of this scheme is that once the soldiers, since there is almost 40 to 45,000 soldiers have to be recruited every year under Agnipath scheme, it will increase the employment opportunities, especially for the youths of India. Not only that, even after 4 years, since 75% of Agniveers have to return back, they will be increasing the pool of higher skilled workforces that is required by the Indian economy, that is required in different sectors of the Indian economy. And since the soldiers that has been trained, the youth that has been trained under the intense guard of the army, they will be very disciplined in nature. And as you know, the discipline is the key in success. In getting success is almost all the spheres of life, in almost all the sectors of the economy. So that is why the whole country can eventually benefit from this particular kind of approach. Not only that, this also has a benefit on the financial front. How? Because it is believed that the recruitment through short-term recruitment through this particular method will help cut the salary and pension bill of armed forces, which is currently very, very high. If you look at, or if we divide the expenditure of the army in the capital account and revenue account, what we see today is that revenue account is a very, very higher or relatively higher than the capital expenditure. And due to this, what happens? The modernization of army has to suffer, since a large outlay of military budget has to be spent on pensions and salaries. So hopefully by cutting these finances, it will also help in modernization of army in the longer term. However, the scheme is not bereft of criticisms. There are several criticisms that has been, we can say the scheme has been opposed upon by several experts. The first of that is that since the soldiers that is being trained under the intense guard of army, once they leave after 4 years, they will have all the know-how, they will have all the knowledge and understanding of using weapons and using aggression as a method of we can say interaction. So in that case, in long term, it can even cause militarization of society and can increase violence and gun violence. Second, the concept or the objective of creating casteless regiment, many experts believe that it does not reflect the actual society or the social structure which is prevalent in India, because in present day army, when we have the regiment that is based on caste, since they are coming from the same background, they are speaking a similar language, they have a similar kind of mindset, the cohesion or the cohesive strength of unity is very, very high. So we also have to understand that if we are bringing soldiers from diverse background into the same regiment, will the cohesive strength of that regiment will be maintained or will it suffer? The third point is also that since the Agniveers will have to go under only 6 months of training, can we say that within 6 months we will be able to create a combat ready force in case of war with any external country? So these are three major points of criticism that the government or the other experts have to ponder upon before we can reach on certain judgment regarding this particular scheme. However, what we can say in conclusion, that Indian Armed Forces definitely can become more agile, flexible, lethal, innovative and creative with better hardware. But from where will we get better hardware? By spending more on the capital expenditure, and that will come when we can reduce our expenditure on the pensions and salaries. So that is something that this Agnipath can help us in achieving. Second is its extended technological edge can be more destructive than the numerical strength of the enemies, because one of the major or final outcome of this Agnipath scheme in the longer time duration will be that the strength of the Indian army will reduce. It will become more thin force. However, at the same time, the thinning of this force can be, we can say, strengthened by providing technological aid to the army. And this we can say understand specifically in the current situation when the war between Russia and Ukraine is going on, because the Ukrainian military, despite having low numerical strength, has been able to dominate over certain regions in Ukraine against Russian army, which is having vast numerical strength, mainly because they're relying heavily on the technologies and modern day technologies, especially like drones and manpads. So that is something also we have to think upon. So what we can say in conclusion, that viewing all this scheme in this particular context, it is high time when Agnipath scheme will have to come and will have to be launched for the better modernization of the Indian army, as well also as making it more effective force. So that is all for today. Thank you very much.